Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends on whatever time you're watching. Good day to you, wherever you are. I'm here to bring you the word of encouragement. And by the end of this video, we'll have a suffix or a prefix to our names. Let's dive in and see how that's going to happen. Coming from the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 37. It says, let me just pick it from 36. For your sake, your meaning God, for your sake, we face death all day long. We are considered as sheep to be slaughtered. But no, this is verse 37. In all these things, we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. God regards you highly. In a previous video, you learned that God regards you as precious, honored in his sight, and that he loves us. Today I'm here to tell you, and myself as well, that God regards you highly. The same spirit that lives in Christ lives in you. This spirit rose him from the dead. This spirit is the same spirit that rescued the earth from death and from sin. And good news is that this spirit is the same spirit that lives in you. So when God calls you a mighty warrior, he's calling you a mighty warrior based on the spirit that lives in you, not based on your muscles that you walk around with, or the brilliant mind that you have, or even the hair that you confuse people with. No, he calls you a mighty warrior and a mighty man of valor based on the spirit that lives in you. Gideon was the one who was regarded to as a mighty man of valor. God came to him and said, "Hey, mighty warrior." Now, mind you, at this time, Gideon was the weakest. He was in the weakest clan in his time, and he was the least in his family. So when he was called that, he was like, "God, what do you mean?" And God told him, "Mighty warrior, get up, let's go and save Israel." And he continued doing whatever he was doing. He's like, "Are you sure you're speaking to me? I'm not that mighty of a guy. I'm the weakest. We are the weakest clan, and I'm the least in my family." But as I told you before, he called him a mighty warrior because of what he had in him, the Spirit of God. And today, I told you when we're starting this video, you're going to have a prefix and a suffix by the end of this video, and you can use it whenever you want to write down your name. God used Gideon to subdue the Israelites. With a mere 300 people army, 300-man army, he was able to conquer the Midianites, an army of about 135,000 people. And by the end of that time, these people dared not raise a finger for 40 years. They could not even raise a finger against Israel for 40 years because of what these 300 people had done to them. They had wreaked havoc to these Midianites. And in the same way, when God comes to you and gives you a calling or gives you a responsibility, instead of doubt, instead of self-consciously trying to, prove God, I'm not the person for this. Even Moses did it. Even Abraham did it. I'm not the person for this job. I'm not the person for this responsibility. Remember that he's calling you based on the spirit that lives in him. Based on the spirit that lives in you, not him, in you. So as you think about yourself next time, as you write down your name, you can just add hapo mbele. You see how people write doctor, professor, and then like president is EGH, MBS, sijui nini huko mwisho. You can write now, for example, you can insert your name. I'll be like MMV. If you're a lady, you can do MWV. And then you write your name, Albert Washira, because I'm a mighty man of valor. And then uko nyuma, so that you add spice, you can also add MTC, more than a conqueror. And this is what God is telling us in Romans chapter 8, verse 37, that we are more than conquerors. Like Gideon, we're not just going to defeat these people. Like Gideon, he didn't just defeat the Israelites just for one battle. He conquered them kabisa. For 40 years. They weren't able even to raise their finger against them. So next time, even when you go for an interview and you're told to describe yourself, kila kitu nini, oh, I've gone to this school, I've done this, and then remember to add huko hivyo mwisho, a mighty warrior, mighty man of valor, has the Spirit of God. Be blessed, and I hope you do enjoy the rest of your week.